Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Hello and welcome into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm your host tonight, Cassidy Wood, joined alongside the wonderful Brian Batko. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Cassidy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Actually, I should say I'm great. I was able to make it over to PNC Park tonight. Unfortunately, I had to leave before witnessing the walk-off. I was able to watch it back here. We had to get ready for the show, but wow, what a win. Brian Reynolds coming up big, walk-off win against the Twins. So many storylines to tackle in this one. Obviously, Jared Jones, his first start back in nearly 2 years after rehabbing back. 20 months it took to get to this point. So, and his first strikeout, he was throwing over 100. So very impressive first day back in the majors for Jared Jones. So first and foremost, though, let's talk about Brian Reynolds. This dude has been electric lately, and to come up big in that moment, 2-run homer to win it, just the walk-off, so impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was the second career walk-off dinger for Brian Reynolds. And, what a way to start this homestand. This team is, all the drama right now is about the pitching staff, from the rotation to the relievers. And Reynolds comes in there and says, you know what, the offense is going to do the heavy lifting tonight. Give him a ton of credit for knocking that one out and sending the fans home happy on a Friday, Cassidy.
Yeah, and Gregory Soto, too, shout out. He has been up and down as of late, but tonight just a great performance. Came in and made that play to get that out and send it to the bottom of the ninth for the Pirates. So shout out Greg Soto too. But the pitching as a whole, the bullpen has kind of been the storyline as of late, the struggles out of the pen. Tonight it looked good though. And Jared Jones, he looked healthy as well, which was very exciting to see.
Yeah, they put some fish in danger out there in the river. So. You certainly want to see Jared Jones improve after this first start back, but at least he was able to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, shout out O'Neal Cruz, too. Just the bomb into the Allegheny River. I believe that's the 7th time that's happened. So not often that we see that happen, but very cool that we got to witness a Cruz missile tonight. Yeah, just all around, I think it was just such a solid performance by everybody. And typically we come into Sports Call, we're getting ready to point out one issue, one glaring problem that they had, whether it's the fielding or coming out of the bullpen. But yeah, tonight it just looked like a complete game, and what a night to have it too on a beautiful Friday night over there at PNC.
I still think it's fair to ask kind of where Jared Jones is going to end up, and basically did they make the right move, because the order of the rotation and who's in the rotation has been all the chatter the last 48 hours or so. Once Jones was clearly going to be starting tonight, Carmen Mlodzinski, the one who gets bumped, demoted to the bullpen. I know it was more a question of would Bubba Chandler maybe have been a better option to go down to the relief duty. But Jared Jones, you could have made the case for him to do that as well, as he gets his feet wet again. Obviously, the Pirates felt like they wanted him in the rotation from the get-go. There was talk of a potential 6-man rotation, but at least for now, they give Jared Jones the ball and let him have at it. And it's only one start, but he did get hit pretty hard tonight by the Twins. He'll have to, tweak some things, go back to the drawing board there. And it's something to build on. Certainly the velocity being there is impressive, and you want to see that. But it wasn't a dream start back for Jones. I'm sure he's frustrated leaving some of those there, but maybe it'll be better the next time out for him.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And he was going to come back and he was going to start. He made that very clear in Altoona, at least.
He did. It's just like, all right, he raised the bar for himself a little bit, because I'm kind of thinking, when the Twins take him deep early and then do it again, I'm like, this is Jared Jones, right? This is the guy who kind of scoffed at the idea of maybe starting out in the bullpen because the rotation had been pitching pretty well. So he didn't necessarily do himself any favors with that. But, hey, obviously the guy's a competitor. The way Carmen Mlodzinski answered some questions was that yesterday. That also became the topic of some conversation, some controversy. He's a competitor too. Here's my stance on it, Cassie. I don't think the Pirates made a bad decision there. I understand why they demoted Mlodzinski. to relief. I think it does make a lot of sense, but I don't blame him either for the way that he's handling it and being frustrated. I think there's certainly a better way you could address the situation, but you're asked that in the moment, and you're probably in your own head a little bit at that time. I'd say kind of the same thing I just mentioned with Jones. Mlodzinski's going to take it to heart like that and be a little bit candid in the interviews. You better go out there and continue to pitch well now in your new role.
Yeah, definitely something to keep your eye on. I want to dive back into Carmen Mlodzinski and talk more about this after the break. But yeah, we're going to head to our first break. Tap your phone, I never know. Use your phone, scan the QR code. Penn West University question of the night. What would you do with the Pirates rotation? Jones in for Mlodzinski, Jones in for Chandler, leave it Jones out of Penn, or the 6-man rotation. So pretty much every option we've laid out for you there. Let your voice be heard. And we're going to head to our first break. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back. This is your Xfinity tweet of the night. Every king needs a crown, a double bubble bucket on the head of Brian Reynolds. We love it. Brian Reynolds hitting the walk-off home run to win Game 1 against the Twins. So impressive by him. And Brian, before we tossed a break, we were starting to talk about Carmen Mlodzinski and some of the things he said yesterday. Now, Donnie Kelly said before the game today that, he hopes he's not looking at it as a demotion. They just need help out of the pen. And that's why they decided to do this. He's versatile. He can start and also be successful out of the pen. So that was his reasoning today, at least, is it's not a demotion. They just need help out of the pen. Now, Mlodzinski yesterday was obviously visibly upset about the situation. And he said he's talking to his agent, talking to his people that are close to him, and they're going to decide actions moving forward. And, that's his only comment at this time. So I guess my question to you is, do you think he's going to be upset enough about this to maybe demand a trade or something like that? I just feel like there's going to be long-term ramifications of this that maybe is not going to be good.
Yeah, I don't know, Cassie. I don't cover the Pirates day to day, so I don't really have a feel for Carmen Mlodzinski and his mentality on that. But in my line of work, it's kind of like if a football player gets moved to a different position than he's used to playing, or he's asked to play special teams. Maybe that's a better analogy when you look at the bullpen versus being in the starting rotation. Yes, it's still a valuable role in a way that you can contribute to the organization. Now, you zoom out and you can look at this from really any walk of life or any industry that you're in. You want to be the reason that your, in this case, club is having success, but you feel like you can probably make that impact more in a certain area. And then, one of those positions can get paid a heck of a lot more than the other. So if you feel like you're in a log jam and you're in a numbers game and you're the odd man out, then yes, it might be inherently in you to wonder if you'd be better off somewhere else with that opportunity that you just had.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch the fallout of this because I don't know. I'm kind of concerned. He seemed visibly upset yesterday to the point where I think this is going to really hurt his confidence maybe going forward. He's going to be frustrated about the situation, and I think it's just going to spiral a little bit. He clearly did not want this to happen.
Or it'll be, but neither did Jared Jones. He made that pretty clear as well.
And on the flip side, Bubba, let's say Bubba has, a couple bad starts for them. That's really going to look really bad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Now, every start by Bubba Chandler and Jared Jones and maybe to a lesser extent Braxton Ashcraft will sort of be a referendum on whether Don Kelly did the right thing here, made the right move here with Mlodzinski. I hear you, Cassidy. It could, I guess, affect, I don't know about his confidence, but at least maybe his mindset or his approach and his routine. It could also be a chip on his shoulder, and he might be a bulldog when he gets in there out of the pen even more than he had been as a starter.
Yeah, starting pitchers just are creatures of habit. So I feel like this is creating a lot of tumultuous situation for him. But hopefully it's not as bad as we think, and it'll be okay.
Good problem to have if you're a manager and you've got 6 guys that you feel like in some form or fashion are worthy of a role in your rotation, whether it's because of the production with someone like Ashcraft or the upside when you talk about guys like Bubba Chandler and Jared Jones.
Yeah, interesting to have Derek Shelton back in PNC Park tonight as well. Unfortunately, I didn't make it over there in time to see if they did anything pregame, but yeah, it was just really interesting seeing him back here. So
should they have? I mean, I guess that's kind of another question to throw out there to listeners and viewers. I think he a solid representative of the organization would maybe be the best way to put it, but it's not like they won anything while he was here presiding over this team.
That is a great way to put it. That is a great way to put it. All right, with that, let's go out to the phone lines. We have Mike in Greensburg. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Cassie. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Very good. Brian Reynolds, my opinion, is very underperformed this season, but tonight he did good. Gregory Soto came in, did his job, and I think if the Pirates clean up their bullpen, I can see him making a run.
Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. Like we said at the start of the show, I mean, the bullpen has kind of been the narrative, the Achilles heel, if you will, of this team so far this season. But, you know, tonight, I mean, they looked good. Gregory Soto looked great. That play, like I said, to get the final out, to push it to the bottom of the ninth was very, very impressive by him. So, yeah, if they can keep this rolling, keep this momentum going, I think it's going to be great. And it's so great to have good baseball here in Pittsburgh over the summer.
Well, they need to make hay here against the Twins this weekend. We know the state of that organization and sort of where they were in their rebuilding process, hiring back Derek Shelton. But yeah, on a night that Shelton returns to PNC, Don Kelly looks pretty smart with that decision to go to Soto there in the ninth, even though they didn't have the lead. So yeah, another strong outing by him. And Brian Reynolds, it wasn't just the homer. I mean, even I think it was his previous at-bat, really good piece of hitting by him to draw a walk, so he was seeing it well tonight.
Yeah, same with Connor Griffin. I know there was some worry a little bit, like reports that he maybe had a minor forearm sprain. But tonight he looked good. I think he finished 2 for 4. He had an RBI. He stole second base at one point. That kind of sparked the momentum for them to pull off this win. So, you know, I think as far as Connor Griffin is concerned, there are no concerns, which is a good thing. Yep,
that was another plus tonight as well. And also, if you didn't see it, throwing out the first pitch, Michael Nacarelli, a local man living with incurable cancer, but emphasis on living, because I don't know about you, Cassie, I've never thrown out the first pitch at any game, let alone a Major League Baseball game, and there he was getting that opportunity from the Pirates. Really cool moment, really cool story. Noah Hiles of the Post-Gazette wrote about that yesterday, I believe. Make sure to check it out if you missed it.
Yeah, that was an awesome story. Definitely check it out. With that, let's go back out to the phone lines. We have Mike on the north side. Hi, Mike.
Hey, good evening, Cassidy, Brian. You guys do a good show.
Thanks. Is this a Mike's Only show tonight? What's up, Mike?
I know.
What I wanted to talk about was Gino. He blew it. Why didn't he wait and hold off signing until like August 30th? And that would have driven Richie Walsh crazy every night.
Hey, I think we're all happy that the deal got done. Look, Kyle Dubas said at the end of his season press conference that was a priority, signing Gino, bringing him back. He had a solid season, and you know, he wanted to bring him back for another year, and he did not hesitate when he said that. So I think we all knew that the Malkin contract was going to get done. It was just a matter of time, and I, for one, am thankful that it happened now and not, like you said, in August, and we would have to talk about it for months, similarly to a quarterback that we know in this area.
I was going to say, Mike, are you in the media? I mean, that would have been 3 more months of content. You're starting to think like us on this side of the camera now, my guy.
Yeah. Speaking of the Steelers, though, some interesting news today, the parting with assistant special teams coach. Brian, we don't know a whole lot of details about this. I just find it pretty interesting. It seems like it happened pretty quick. He got here in February and was let go today. So the Steelers have parted ways. Look, we don't know, like I said, what actually happened. All we know is that ESPN is reporting that it was a violation of the club policy. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
Right. And I mean, it's pretty clear to me, based on the reporting out there, it's not like special teams coach Danny Crossman wanted Chris Boswell to kick some ground, you know, get some kickoffs and some dirty balls, and Swinton wanted to kick it through the end zone. I don't think it was any sort of disagreement like that. But yeah, I'm not going to play fast and loose with whatever happened here in this situation. But Steelers losing an assistant in late May, certainly an oddity on Mike McCarthy's initial staff here.
Yeah, regardless, though, I mean, he still has such a big staff.
Yeah, and this was kind of a new role, too, senior assistant for special teams. For the last however many years, Danny Smith was pretty much a one-man show out there with the gum and screaming at his guys. So, I mean, yes, Swinton had been in the league for quite a while, plenty of experience. I wonder if the Steelers will hire someone to replace him. We'll see what they do there. Yeah,
we'll see what the fallout is with that. All right, guys, remember, use your phone, scan the QR code, Penn West University, question of the night. What would you do with the Pirates rotation? Jared Jones, where would you put Majinski? Maybe Bubba Chandler. Let your voice be heard there. We're going to head to break, though. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. Welcome back to the Nightly Sports Call. I'm your host tonight, Cassidy Wood, joined alongside Brian Batko. And Brian, we only have a minute left, so I'm going to make it quick. Who impressed you more this week at OTAs, Will Howard or Drew Aller, and why?
I'd probably say Will Howard. I think he just cut the figure of a guy who's been there, done that for a year, and has that experience in the NFL. Not this offense with Mike McCarthy, but a little more presence about him, while Drew Aller's probably drinking from the proverbial fire hose here, Cassidy, as he gets started in life in the NFL.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that he's constantly had like a sweatshirt hoodie out his back. I'm like, he had the yellow one, and then today he had the black sweatshirt. It was hot over there. I'm like, dude, doesn't that bug you?
Those football guys love the long sleeves in the hot weather.
Blows my mind. I could never do it. All right, guys, that's the result of our poll. Jones in for Chandler. There you go. Put Chandler into the bullpen, and that's what the people think. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow night. See you then.